Hello. So I'm going to be giving a presentation on my infographic, Backend Engineer, the most foolproof niche. Basically, my idea with this project was or this research was to figure out if or what could be like the best route to go in software engineering, and but at the same time not get too niche into it because you could talk about say going into augmented reality or going into something that's very specific. I didn't want to go that deep in. I just want to look at the base, the surface level decisions you can make, like back end versus front end or full stack. And I ended up finding that back end engineer seems to be one of the better options at the moment in terms of which career to focus on. So why backend engineering? It's stable and high demand for backend roles. There's a long-term adaptability across industries. So the skills you gain in backend could really last and extend to, a lot of more places in software engineering and kind of distinguish yourself. And there's a major market demand, technological importance, and skill longevity. So yeah. I looked at 3 papers, Impact of Web 2.0 and Cloud Computing, and pretty much talks about cloud computing enhances software engineering and increases that reliance on back-end infrastructure. And as you know, as we go more and more into the cloud engineering world, it becomes more and more important. Despite what people originally thought, they thought cloud would make things easy. It actually makes things more important makes it more important that we have back-end engineers. Towards efficient software engineering's era, this pretty much talks about the integration of AI and machine learning, and it highlights the demand for back-end engineers. And I kind of go and talk about it later on. And so then we have state-of-the-art frameworks for front-end back-end web development. This is just where I was doing some research. It just talks about basic frameworks. And so stability in a shifting industry. So resilience to automation. And back-end tasks often require complex problem solvings and system management that is less susceptible to automation. So think about if you have a file that's 50,000 lines long and you need to find exactly what is going on in there, what bug you have to go and search, and it's much more of a like extensive process to fix these to fix or build upon what's already there versus say you're making a button in front end, different areas right there. And then this is a job posting growth infographic. Backend software engineering is actually at the top, which I was surprised by because there seems like there should be a lot more roles at the front end, but this is in terms of growth. So yeah, we see full stacks down here. Data engineers is pretty high, but backend is number 1 for that quarter. Then we have front end versus backend, or front end versus full stack versus backend, and it's just like a little infographic that I thought fit nice and kind of gave like a little overview that was pretty solid. Then we have high job satisfaction. Backend engineers often report satisfaction from solving complex problems and building foundational systems. This is kind of something that I experienced in my first internship, which was backend. I loved it, and I loved how the way it made me feel after I like solved this problem and mapped everything out. And that's when I kind of fell in love with it, and that's consequently that's why I'm doing this speech right now. And alignment with technological advances. So backend engineering is crucial for the development and maintenance of scalable, secure, and efficient systems to integrate into AI. And that definitely holds true. AI and machine learning, it's built off of cloud computing. You need the backend like infrastructure to all work together. And so, the skills that you learn as a backend engineer can, really apply depending on how important that career path ends up being, or how important that area ends up being. And what makes it fascinating, just continuous learning, cutting edge technologies, behind the scenes impact, just a couple of reasons why it's an interesting topic. And so, yeah, thank you for listening, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Appreciate it.